Bridgehampton.
The street circuit?
A street job. Kept me around one of the corners there with the MG, and two other MGs behind me sent me through the hay bales. Now, picture that in Peter's Life magazine. Yeah. Life magazine. And shows me the car, the whole thing, you know. So that was the hairiest thing. And then, of course,
did you get hurt?
Yeah, I didn't get hurt. Okay. Actually, the steering was flat, you know. And at that time I was using a Cromwell helmet from England. It was a plastic helmet, okay? I wouldn't have worn a helmet if it wasn't a war, you know, at that time. No roll bars, no nothing. So on the impact, when it hit the head, I came down like this here, but it was flat, so it didn't make any permanent damage. My familiarity with Corvettes was so embedded in me, it was like part of me, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
It's an unruly car. Actually, it's not a really sports car, you know. Yeah. But we managed very well with it.
Well, how did it handle on the downhill, on turn one?
On the downhill, going down the hill, that was my specialty right there. I went through there sideways.
Turn one.
Huh?
Turn one.
Oh yeah, that's flat out, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that only happened because by mistake. I went through there one time so fast, and I came through it. I said, "Oh my God!"
You could do it.
Yeah, I made it, you know, without going off like this.
Right.
And then no one ever dared get near me at that point because I never come through straight. You couldn't drive the car through.
You had to drift it through.
You had a dirt track.
Yeah. You
had a dirt track through. Man, I could go down there and people go, "Oh no!" Myself included. "Oh shit! I made it again." Originally applied to be an aviator.
You did?
And they said my eyes were no good. So they drafted me, put me in the infantry to use me for target practice. So,
your eyes were okay for that.
So I spent 3 years in France and Europe.
Yeah.
So I was 21 when I got out. And I went to Roosevelt Aviation School at Roosevelt Field.
Ah.
Okay? So I got my licenses for aircraft and engine and a student pilot license. Okay? And I worked at that for a while until I found out they wouldn't pay too much money because there was an influx of servicemen coming out of the Air Force,
and
they didn't need any new kids in that. And then I had, my first shot was in Laurelton, in the gas station. The guy had me use the showroom he had there was not being used for $30 a month. So I had no money because the bustering outpay I had was, I think, $132 for 3 years service. I got something. So I fabricated shelves out of an old box, you know, whatever. Sides I got for nothing. And then from the one thing led to the other. I was selling Hollywood mufflers, you know,
to primarily racers or street guys, hot rod guys?
At this time there was nothing. You're talking 1945, right?
Yeah, there was nothing.
Before you got everything started going great, and this here building was just put up at that time. In, I think 1953. I bought this one.
Nice.
And so I had both places. And it was from that point on, everything was going. And after that, I got involved with a Chevy dealer out here called Bass Chevrolet.
Oh, I remember Bass.
Yeah, Charlie Bass. And he got involved with me and we talked about cars. And I managed to get from him a 57 Corvette. And that has been my mainstay.
Who was paying you away? Was Bass helping you?
No. It was all your money. First of all, I'm undercapitalized.
Yeah.
I'm an individual. I don't
some things in racing never change.
No, you know, if you don't have the money, you don't win, you know?
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of determination to stick with these guys. You know, you deal with big money. Cunningham and Penske and these guys.
You ran against those guys?
Oh, Penske?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Him
and Cunningham?
And Cunningham? Oh, sure. And Penske and I are good friends.
That was with the Corvette?
With the Corvette, yeah. Oh. Well, Roger and I had go back a long time. way back when he was young and I was young. And at that time there, he was driving what the hell was it? A Monaco. I can't remember what it was, but he was driving Corvettes also at the same time. So it was a clique like Dick Thompson, Rod Yanko.
Thompson, Yanko.
Yeah. All these guys are above it. I mean, Woodridge, I mean, all these guys here were all together, you know. And,
that's a quick group.
Oh, yeah.
That's a famous group.
Oh, yeah. These guys are tough, you know. Grady Davis, you know, Grady Davis is Gulf Oil, vice president of Gulf Oil. And he and I got along very well, you know. He was an older man also. He was older than I was.
So you won the championship against some of those people?
Oh, sure.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. What a feat. That's amazing.
Yeah, well,
and you were under-financed, really.
Oh, of course. I was, you know, I worked on and built them
and drove them.
I drove them. Well, to make a long story short, I said, look, I had contacts with Duntdorf, so I called him. I said, look, I got a guy here with some bread. He wants to run Daytona. He wants to do that. So at that time, Chevrolet was deep into this stuff. So he said, well, you come out to see me. So we flew out to Daytona, Detroit. Duntdorf sat down with me and said, what do you want?
You sat down with Duntdorf?
I said, look, I'd like to get 2 cars. 2 cars. With that, Duntdorf said, no, stick with 1. 1 car's enough. We went to Daytona, and we went there, and 3 hours, we were right up top, you know. It was some Porsches, 917s, turbos there.
Yeah.
I mean, they were by me like a shot. I was doing 167 miles an hour on the back straight, and these Porsches were by me.
Yeah. And 917 is a pretty potent machine.
They were by me. I said, I couldn't believe it. I said, maybe I've stopped or something wrong. They went by me like a shot. Holy Christ, they were doing like 200 miles an hour. It felt like to me. I look at my tach, it was 6,700. I was running a 273 wheel or something like this. Oh my God. I thought, okay.
And they were in a different class, though. They weren't in the same
Oh
class.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I thought I was doing great, you know, and this guy would sound, wow, you know, and then woo, oh my God, you know.
Yeah.
And I came out of the bank one time and I got a flat. Oh, gee, about 150 miles an hour. Came out of the flat. Fortunately, the pits over here, I come out of the thing and I said, oh my God, and you couldn't have anybody assist you. You had to do your own, go back to the pit or do your own thing. So I pulled off, I went straight, came off, went over on the grass outside the pit lane. That did disqualify me. Went to the pit, which is over there, grabbed the jack, jacked up the car, changed the rear to left tire. and
Did it yourself?
I came in after my tour, and then Bob Essex was going to go. Well, he went out all right, and didn't last too long because he must have went into from 4th into 1st gear.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Coming downshifting.
Oh, man.
Right.
I was driving the car down the Sebring, and all of a sudden it broke the rear, sheared the whole goddamn thing off, the aluminum blocks and the whole So that was
that.
But anyway, it was exciting. I had a great time. You know, it was a wonderful.
What an experience.
What an experience.
Yeah. That's the big time.
The big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, there's Rogers was down there, and all the other guys, all Chevrolet guys, you know, the engineers there.
Yeah.
You know, you felt like you were important.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It was a nice thing.
Well, you were.
Yeah, you know, I've, you know, I'm not into demonstrative things, you know.
Yes.
I like to race, and that's fun for me. I don't care, you know, win or lose. I love to race.
I've raced against all of them out here and beaten them from time to time. But that isn't why I'm here, to see the people. It's the machines. They're a miracle the way they perform. Thousands of parts, somebody put together, moving, doing everything to the limit. Well, there's somebody driving, sure, but it's the car that's doing it. You put them together, but then they're on their own. It's like sending a kid out into the world, hoping you've done your job, and finding they can make it on their own. For that, I respect them. I even love them. You don't will a feeling like that. It just is. It's decided for you in your gut. You've got to do what you love doing, and you've got to do it right, or you're nowhere. Nowhere.